learn your speaking skills, you learn your communication skills, you learn public speaking in case you have to stand to advocate for the right of some people or for one thing or the other. You also gain these skills. You know what? These things that we just mentioned briefly are components of emotional intelligence. Hi, welcome to another episode of Health Simplified with TSA. Today we'll be looking at standing up for others. Yes, standing up for others.
A stronger man stands up for others.
How does this relate to our health, you would ask me? This is relating to our emotional health and mental health. It means advocating or defending the rights of others. It means you stand against injustice or discrimination that might be done towards someone or a group of people. Standing up for others means you defend those who cannot defend themselves, who cannot help themselves. So in your own sphere, who is it that you've seen that this person is being treated unfairly, this person is, or this group of people are being marginalized or discriminated against, and what have you done about it? You stand up for them.
I will do that.
Standing up for others, what are the things you need to put in place? What are the things you need to put to heart? First is empathy. You need to empathize with the person. You need to put yourself in their shoes so that you can really feel what they're going through and know how to help the person or the group appropriately. Don't just be a bystander. Rather, it's good to be an upstander. Another thing you should put in mind is that you need to listen. When you empathize, you listen to the person, you'll be able to know what the person is not even saying from non-verbal communication cues. You'll be able to tell that as much as this person is saying all this person might need this more in terms of prioritization. You need to listen more attentively, be there for them, show them that you're here for them, for that group. That way you'll be able to know what exactly you can do for them in terms of an intervention. Another thing you should put to mind when standing up for others is that you provide support. Support can be in forms of physical support, emotional support. Just giving that support, it helps to know that I'm not alone in this. I know that my feelings are valid and I know that somebody is here with me. You can also provide financial support in any way you can that is reasonably practicable. Please provide support for people when you stand up for them. If you see someone being bullied, provide support for them by standing up with them and fighting off the bully. If you can't fight for this person, you can stand with them for them to have that boldness to say, you know what, I can't keep taking this bully, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to stand up for myself just because they have you by their side.
On this, I stand with you.
That's why it's important that we provide support for whoever. The next thing is providing an intervention. Just like you provide an intervention for the situation. The situation determines the kind of intervention you would want to provide. Some people that committed suicide, maybe they were bullied, some maybe they just couldn't handle it. And maybe if they had had a support, somebody to be there for them, maybe, I'm not saying it's in all cases, but maybe some might not have done that, right? As much as we know that a lot is going on in the world, a lot is going on with us, and the grit, the mental capacity, the resilience in each and every one of us is different. So we need to be able to stand up for ourselves, stand up for others, be there for others, so that we as a community, we as a society can have a voice and overcome our challenges together. We should learn to stand up for others and not live a self-centered life, but we should be able to live a life that lives for others too.
Here, 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 here.
What do you stand to gain in relation to your health? Number one benefit I will be mentioning is that mental health and emotional well-being is tied to having a sense of purpose and living a life related to our values. Each individual have values. And if one of your values is standing up for others, hating injustice, it gives a sense of meaning and purpose to your life. Standing up for others gives a sense of meaning to your life because it's like you're living for others. while being selfless with your life, and it's a good thing to do. It boosts your mental and emotional well-being. The second benefit for standing up for others is that it reduces social inequities. It reduces discrimination against people or persons that are marginalized or discriminated against. And we all want a society free from inequality, free from injustice, free from discrimination. Standing up for others helps us to contribute to eliminating social injustice, social inequalities. It's a benefit for an individual and also for us as a community. The third benefit is that act of kindness, being caring, being there for others, has a way of releasing neurological hormones in our brain, where we have oxytocin. We also have endorphins that are released in our body, and these chemicals helps us to relieve stress. When you are stressed, these hormones also helps us. So when you do these things, you naturally have these hormones because you feel good. You are like the feel good hormone. They helps to relieve this stress. Fourth benefit you tend to gain as an individual or even as a society generally when we stand up for the right of others is that we tend to learn some skills while doing this, such as conflict resolution. Over time, you have experiences and you know how to resolve conflict. It's a skill. You also have courage. You learn the art of public speaking, because for you to stand up for others, you might not really be eloquent in terms of language, but one way or the other, you stand up in front of people, you learn your speaking skills, you learn your communication skills, you learn public speaking in case you have to stand to advocate for the right of some people or for one thing or the other. You also gain these skills. You know what? These things that we just mentioned briefly are components of emotional intelligence, which leads to resilience. That's another benefit, and I think it's a good thing to explore. The fifth point that I'll be leaving us with is living for others and not for ourselves alone gives us a sense of fulfillment. It provides a perspective against unhealthy self-entitlement and self-centeredness. So living for others, it's something to really benefit from, and this helps our emotional and mental health and even psychological well-being. Conclusion: living for yourself alone is selfish. When living for others, you tend to benefit some of these things and even more than I have mentioned. It affects our health and well-being in diverse ways that you just don't know. These things we talk about, they are like our daily life experiences. They are things we do every day, but we just don't know how it influences our health, because our health is dynamic. Our health, as much as we say, is physical, emotional, mental. If we do not bring it practical, we really might not know how we are marring our health. We might not know how our choices and our decisions are influencing our health. I implore you to choose to be an upstander and not a bystander. That way, you influence your health and well-being positively. You have a choice to make on what affects your health positively or negatively. I hope you've learned something. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. See you in our next episode. Bye.